This is the Papa and Son Sports Podcast Show. I'm Papa.
Son.
What it do, son?
Nothing much. How are you?
Cooler, man, cooler. Glad we on here. See how this thing works. See how this thing pop. You understand me? So, what it do, son? I got a licensed driver over there. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You feel
Nothing much.
good?
Yeah.
You driving?
Yeah.
You whipping around a town?
Yeah.
I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. So, how long have you been driving, son?
Like when I started learning,
How long have you had your license?
like a week.
Baby, we like it like that. Got a whip, whip,
Hmm.
whip more up to date than your pop whip. I was gonna give him my whip, but he ain't want my whip. My whip ain't have all the bells and whistles as this. Don't got no rear view camera, don't got no Bluetooth connection, and all of those good stuff. I need it coming to the now, right?
Mm.
But I like my outdated style and things. So we're in the summer,
Hmm.
2024,
Yes, sir.
and we got the Paris Olympics coming up. And my favorite sport,
When does it start?
uh, you gotta look it up, but it's like mid-July. It runs from like mid-July to like mid-August. I don't think it's a good month. We have we have an opportunity to look.
But yeah, I'll check.
It's on there. It starts like I said somewhere in July. Let's see what that says. I'm moving my camera around, y'all, because it won't stay up there. Friday, July 26th, I guess, is the opening ceremonies to Sunday, August 11th, 2024. Isn't that interesting?
Well,
That's 2 weeks. The Olympic Games are only 2 weeks, it seems. And then you have a whole lot of
yeah.
qualifying games and practices and all those things like that.
What do these dot mean? Do you know?
Say it again?
These dots? Are you on the website?
I can't quite hear you.
Are you on the website? Okay, okay, never mind. I found it. I found it.
One more time?
I found it. That's good.
Well, say it's right there. But we got Kawhi, Kawhi Leonard. They told him his services, or they say he opted out. Somewhere along the way, somehow, somewhere, some way, Kawhi Leonard is no longer a part of Team USA, and he's been replaced by Derek White. What you think about that? What you think happened there?
Um, I really don't know. To be fair, um, could have just not wanted to do it. Um, I didn't hear anything about him getting hurt. Did he get hurt?
I'm not sure. They didn't say anything about it being hurt. They just said the Clippers wanted him to kind of like opt out and get himself ready for the Clipper season. I don't quite know why. Paul George then left. Clippers gonna be a bum squad. You understand me? If
What?
anything, I would should think that they would want Kawhi to play so he can show what
Who's
he's
Ka-
capable of doing. Huh?
Who's Kawhi?
Kawhi.
Who is that?
What's his name? Kawhi?
Kawhi?
His name is Kawhi.
Who is that?
Kawhi Leonard.
Very yellow outside.
Say it again.
A little off topic, but it's like very yellow outside. It's crazy.
What?
Like outside, just like yellow.
Oh, outside. Yeah.
It reminds me of that one time the air quality was all messed up.
Yeah, it is a little. Yeah, yeah, you can say that for sure. It's been a while since I've seen it like this.
Yeah, right.
Interesting. Can you see through my camera? Can you see through my view through the window?
No, not really.
Not really. But yeah, it is pretty interesting out there. It got like this dusk over the sunset.
Like when the air quality was all messed up. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, I would most definitely have to say that this is one of the hottest summers on record. You know, I've been around for 40 of these things now. I've been around for 40 of these summers. And you know, it's one of the hottest ones I have experienced, that's for sure. It's been a minute, but it's one of them.
What do
It
you think?
reminds me, huh?
What do you think happened to Kawhi? 'Cause I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily the Clippers because it's like you're playing for your country. I don't. No teams usually stop players from doing so.
I don't know. It could be
So
he 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 could he's not the kiss ass type, I would say. He's not the type that's known to conform. You know, he kind of is himself and he kind of like stands on that. I don't know. I was thinking of maybe some type of politics that went on, maybe some disagreement with somebody on the team, whether it's in the coaching staff, whether it's the players, you know, whether it's just Vegas, whether he just felt like I'm not quite all the way there yet, and I don't think I'll be my full self for the team. You know, I don't know, but we give it some time, and one thing for sure, two things for certain. We'll start to see something will start to come out to say something more. But right now, all they're saying is he withdrew himself from participation in historic Olympics. You know, but anyhow, anyway, he's replaced by Derek White from the Boston Celtics. Some people were saying either Derek White, what's the Brown dude, Jaylen Brown, or
yeah,
Kyrie Kyrie Irving.
yeah. I don't think he was the first choice. I don't see why he would be that shit. I think there's three people that could have went over him.
Uh huh.
At least three that I can just think of that maybe they said no. Like three obvious choices that I think they just said no because there's no way. You got Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, and you got Jalen Brunson.
They,
100%.
they did need a guard. That
There's
they did need a guard for sure. They didn't have no true point guards on that squad besides Drew Holiday. Even though technically you have um, Curry is labeled is listed as a point guard, but we know Curry is you know, he more of a shooting guard, in my opinion. But you know, he's labeled as a point guard. But they most definitely needed a guard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know where this Derek White guy came from. To tell the truth,
that's just three obvious choices that would have been a better replacement, but I'm sure they said no. I don't think. I doubt he's the first option. I just doubt it. Fair.
yeah, I gotta give some more research into Derek White because I see he's 30 years old. I've seen him the past, I would say 2 or 3 years. So I don't know where he came from. I'm not that familiar with him. I think he was in Dallas at one point in time.
Um,
Uh,
I've only seen him on the Celtics.
I would have to look a little bit more into that. But yeah, it took a minute for this damn thing. I got to get my technical side a little bit more advanced because it took so long to get this thing going. You know, I was so full of energy and I was ready just to go. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, Simiana a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So let's talk about Bronny. Let's get off the Olympics real quick. Even anybody, let's actually let's be a little bit more thorough. And who do we have for Team USA basketball? We have LeBron. As I seen, he has been voted the best player on the team, as what they said, right?
Yeah.
So you got LeBron, you got KD, you got AD, you got Anthony Edwards. Let me pull up this picture right here. Let me pull up this picture right here, right quick, right? That's the way. I like it. What's LeBron at on this picture? That can't be the one. Yeah, that's not the one. Whatever the picture is, son.
They got a lot of different
So
sports.
we got Bam, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Tyrese. Uh, how you say that dude's name? Halliburton.
Halliburton. Ooh, nice goal. Halliburton.
Drew Holiday, LeBron James, Derek White has replaced Kawhi Leonard and Jason Tatum. Anthony Edwards said, "Yeah, I don't know what they thinking or what they've been heard. I don't know what they've been told, but I'm still number one. The offense still got run through him." Is what Anthony Edwards has said. What you think? He number one?
He's wrong that. I don't think he's wrong to think that. It, you gotta support yourself, right? And I don't think he's too far off it. Can be an argument.
I believe you. I have to agree there. I
Like
have to agree there.
out there to where like even then, how can you back yourself? It's close enough where he can back himself in that.
If they need a bucket, he's one of the top three that can go out there and get their own bucket. I would say. I would say you have Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant. Um, uh, some people would say LeBron James, Jason Tatum. I've heard someone say that Anthony Edwards can potentially be the fifth or sixth option on this team. I guess theoretically speaking, each and every player on this team could be the fifth or sixth option. They all could be potentially number one, for the exception of Bam.
Show up.
Huh?
It's talent filled. It's just whoever decides to show up.
And Drew. But everyone else have offense run through them. So they can potentially be number one. But Bam sometimes have the offense run through him. And Drew Holiday really, I mean, I guess in Drew Younger day, he most definitely, he can still go get you a bucket. He still gonna get you a bucket. So I'm not gonna say that about Drew either. Yeah, I think they're a tough squad, but they kind of got their I ain't gonna say they ass handed to them, but they was in a close show with that young squad with who the kid named Cooper
Flag.
who
Flag. Cooper Flag.
yeah, I don't know.
To his freshman year in college.
Okay,
Number one player in the country.
yeah, they was a little bit too close there for me, but maybe it was just a real lax shoot around type practice. And the youngest came, and the old heads were just out there, had to wake up a little bit, take a little longer for the old heads to get going now. And they're pretty older squad. Well, they're pretty well rounded, I would say.
Older guys.
Huh?
There's some older guys. There's some young guys.
Yeah. And then they got some guys that got like a good bit of They got the pretty fairly new to the NBA, been there for a while, veterans, and then the 10 plus years veterans. You know what I'm saying? They got some under five. Do they got some under five? Maybe not. Uh, Edwards and Tatum, they're very young. I don't know, but I feel like they've been playing for at least 5 years. And Halliburton, so they're fairly young, got to be under 25. Devin Booker may not be under 25. I don't want to look at it. He's probably like 28, 27. Joel, same thing. Stephen in his 30s. KD's in his 30s. Bam is somewhere in his 20s. So they're pretty rounded. They're pretty rounded, is what I would say about them. Anything that you want to touch bases on with them? Anything about the Olympics that you want to touch bases on that you're looking forward to or anything?
Not really. No.
But what I do want to do, not in this episode, but what I do want to do within maybe this weekend, we got to record because I want to drop Mondays. We haven't actually um, formally discussed it, but I want to drop Mondays, at least Mondays, but potentially Mondays and Fridays. But I want to drop Mondays. So we'll record again this weekend, and we're going to give a real comprehensive breakdown of the different games that happen at the Olympics. I'm actually very curious of the Olympic Games in its entirety, even the Special Olympics and all of it. I'm very, very interested. So we're going to kind of like give a list, a nice little breakdown of all the games and the breakdown of the Olympics from start to finish. Actually, we're going to do our research on the Olympics and come back. And our next episode is going to be strictly the Olympics. Sound good, or what you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I think that's an interesting showdown to put down. Bronny James debuted in the NBA Summer League with 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and one steal and 2 assists in nearly 22 minutes. 2 for 9 from the field, 0 for 3 from the field goal. From 3-point range. What you think?
Not the best start, fair, but based on literally, me and my friends were talking about this, right? Like how much ESPN posted it, you would have thought he dropped 20 at least. It was crazy. He had it had to be by the time halftime started, it had to be 6 videos.
Had to be, what's that?
By halftime, it had to be 6 videos up of Bronny. I'm just and then by the end of it had to be 12. I was just that's crazy to me. He gets more. I know he's LeBron's shot kid and all that, but he's getting significantly more press than the top 3 picks. Significantly.
He's what?
He's getting way more press than the top 3 picks.
Oh yeah, of course. He get more press than the top picks. He's the biggest name. He's the biggest name in the class. He may not be necessarily the biggest player, but he's the biggest name in the class.
Yeah.
Jared
McCain, a lot of press too. He's also a big name. So I guess the big name people are going to get a little more press, I guess, right? That's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't really know any of these young cats for real.
Getting impressed, but he's also been going crazy. Well, he's been doing good. He had 18 his first time, 18 points game, and then his second game, I know he saw a couple close to that too.
Okay, I will get hip to them as they start to get more exposure. That's when I start to keen in on the talent. It's when they start to get a little bit more exposure because, right now everybody is talented. Yeah, we got this purplish orange sunset going on out here. Very fiery. I don't know you can kind of see it in the camera a little bit, but very, very fiery. One of those summer sunsets. You understand me? That was the theme. That was the theme, son. Summer sunset. But uh I'm looking forward to Bronny to get better. I'm rooting for Bronny right now. You know, it's not looking good. I would say that for sure.
You know
But
how much, or is that on right now?
huh?
Do you know how much he had the second game, or is that on right now?
I did hear he was going to sit out the second game. I'm
No,
not too sure.
like the second game he was out, but I just saw him. I saw another clip of him today. I think it was. It might be over by now. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm about to say.
So that will be. And he was playing.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I hope the kid continue to develop his game. And I hope he continue to develop his game. And yeah, they playing against the Heat, it says. We'll see how that pans out. But yeah, he playing against the Heat. But yeah, I did see Cameron say that he's smiling too much. He said he out there, you know, smiling and everything like that. And I will agree. I think if he's going to have any chance to really showcase what he can do, he's going to have to dig inside of him and find that dog. You understand me? See, this is where I feel like he's at a disadvantage because I'm not trying to take anything away from the young man's work ethic because I think he's shown that he's not a lazy individual and he's willing to put forth the work. I will say when you've been given all the advantages in the world, then that shouldn't actually come that difficult or hard. It should be child's play. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. But I don't know, man. I think he gotta go get that dog, and I don't know if he has it. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna have to use his adversity and these naysayers so he can find his toughness. And just like we see with Caitlin Clark, how she's getting, well, she was, because I think it simmered down a lot, but how she was getting beat up and how she was getting, dragged a lot. I think he's going to go through the same thing, Bronny James, that is. I think the difference is he has Papa Bear on the same team in the same league. You understand me? And I think that would be a great dynamic for the Lakers. I think that would take them far. You understand me? Because as a father, to have your son side by side with you is going to push you. It's going to push you even harder, you know, me as a father. And then I'm going to be able to build and right there to help and mold and teach you as my child. You understand? So it's like, I think that's going to be great. I actually think it's going to be great, but I think you need to, I do agree with Killer Cameron when he say he's smiling too much. But once again, we talking about a billionaire son. What the fuck he don't got to smile about? I saw, and he ain't got no worries in the world. He ain't got no troubles in the world. So, like I said, from that standpoint, that's where all these millionaire kids, all these second and third generation children kind of have a disadvantage because they've been spoon fed with gold spoons, not silver spoons, but gold spoons in their mouths their whole lives. So I'm not taking anything from them. I'm not saying that that's, you know, any discredit to either generation, father, son. It's not. But when you got people out here who had to scrap and fight for everything that they got, they coming with a different mindset. They coming with a different hunger. That's why I've always tried to make sure I've kept you in a sense of of war, in a sense, not necessarily war like that, but I've always tried to keep you in contacts, well, combats, fighting, not necessarily sport, but fighting. You know what I'm saying? The different things, and because shit ain't sweet, man. Shit ain't sweet, and I think right now, I think you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. And what's your thoughts on that? I talk too much. I mean to put the timer up here. We don't get a timer up here for me. But what's your thoughts on that?
About what?
On Bronny, just what he has to do to like make a name really for himself and not because of his father.
A lot.
Huh?
A lot.
A lot.
Just a lot.
Yeah, it's most definitely a lot, but
I feel like he'll be hyped up. Like his hype. Like if he's just decent enough, he'll get a lot of hype. Just off that. Let's say he goes out there, averages 18, he'll get a lot of hype. Like a ton of hype.
I mean 18 is damn good, son.
It's very good. But I think if he can go out there, drop 18, he'll probably get more hype than people that average just more than him. Like Jalen Brunson averaged 28. Bronny would probably get more hype for averaging 18. I just think he'll get some type of. I think people are looking for him to be up to his father's name is a lot more. I feel like for people to be okay with his performance, people aren't really looking for much. Like I don't think they necessarily expect him to be insane, if that makes sense.
I expect him to be a solid player. I expect him to be a potential walking triple double. Low, 10, 10, 10 potentially, or 10, 10, but he should be around there. He can most definitely have, he has the ability to average 10 points, nearly 10 rebounds, maybe not 10 rebounds, but he can get 6 to 8 rebounds, and he can get you about 6 to 8 assists. And I think as he grows and his everything holds up with him, I think we see that his father he has an excellent motor inside of him. You know what I'm saying? And I think once he get that motherfucker cranking and he understands what he's able to do and all of those concerns and health worries that maybe they are no longer playing a part in his thought process, I think he has a hell of a motor. I think the kid can really, especially he's young. I think he could be everywhere. I think he could be that low potential triple double, average 10, 6, 8, 6, 8, somewhere around there. So I think he'll pan out to be a pretty solid player. You know what I'm saying? I think he will always be somewhat in that role player role, but I think he could be a very significant one just because of his IQ and his physical capabilities. Uh, Take us into our next topic.
I don't even think I got it pulled up. I got to pull it up. Okay. The race for WNBA Rookie of the Year. Caitlin Clark, who averages 16.1, 6 rebounds, and 7.5 assists, 1.4 steals. Then you got Angel Reese, averaging 14 points, almost 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals.
Take it. What's your thoughts on that?
Well,
Continue, should I say.
I don't know how long the season is, though, like at all. But
Huh?
I don't know how long the season is like at all. But so far, that's amazing. I know she keeps breaking this triple double record. This triple double record. Yeah.
Double double for Angel Reese. Or who you referring to? Caitlin?
No, I'm talking about Angel. Double record she keeps talking about.
Double double. Double double.
Double. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know it may seem a little bit mediocre, so to speak, but we're speaking of not trying to take away anything from the ladies, but we're talking about the WNBA. So you got to take that. Isn't that fascinating that a streak of, I think it's a streak of 12 plus games with double-double is a record, not only by a rookie, but just period.
12 games with a triple double. That's why I was like, wow, she's doing amazing. I didn't know what this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to take anything away from the ladies, but when you talk about the caliber of play and talent,
I don't know why I think it was a triple double. I don't know.
she could have she could have had a triple. I know Caitlin had a triple.
I
Her
thought
best game of the season was a triple, but the
I thought
double double, 12 game straight double double was the NBA. I think it stopped.
averaging almost 15 and rebounding 15, 12. That's still impressive. I don't. That's still impressive.
Yeah. Who do you think? Who do you think is going to pull out the come finish strong and pull out as winner, or their potential for co rookie of the year?
That does not happen often at all.
It doesn't, but I think as I heard earlier, Dr. Umar talking about, I do think, I do think that it's possible, and I think it makes sense actually. You know, if I'm the media control and I'm trying to not even like media control and clear the air, but I think it's very rightful. Like I said, they almost identical. Well, not really, because not really. You know, Reese is averaging 2 less points.
They're both getting somewhat similar points, and Reese getting a lot of rebounds, and then Kayla's getting a lot of assists.
Yeah, Kaylin is most definitely. Here's something I want to say. Here's something I want to say, and I don't want anybody thinking that I'm kind of like whatever it is, whatever they may think. But when I hear the narrative that Caitlin can't play and she's not athletic and she's unskilled and all of those things like that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like now that she's in the WNBA opposed to the collegiate leagues in the collegiate ranks, you don't see her as much pulling up like she was. You don't see her as much dominating as she was because the talent has risen. You know what I'm saying? She stepped into a realm where the talent is top tier. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is there because they are the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Not just the best in their recruiting class or the best in their cities, or they are the best of the best. These are the best women in the world that we have to offer for the most part, right? But when you look at Caitlin numbers, I was like 16 points, 6 rebounds, 7.5 assists. Like, come on, man. Like the games that I watched with Caitlin Clark, she's dishing that ball. You know what I'm saying? Like she's very, very smart. She's a very, very smart player.
We
Like
watched
that's one thing that I would say about her. Say it
her
again.
5 assists. It looked like she had like 12. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like she's extremely smart, man. She's an extremely smart player, and I think that they did wake up a monster in her. I think she was kind of like feeling the scrutiny of pressure of everybody coming at her from all directions, and it was just kind of like overwhelming. And I think when that shit started to happen as an athlete, as a player, it's very discouraging and disheartening, and just like, man, I just love to play the game. You know what I'm saying? All this extra is just that. You know what I'm saying? It's just extra. But I think she's a star, a superstar. I do think she's a superstar, and she has risen to the occasion, and I think she will continue to rise. And I don't want to be one who carry on that narrative that Caitlin Clark is not good and unathletic and all of those things like that. Sure, I believe there's players that's better than her. Sure, I believe that there's players that can be the face of the league, but money talks and bullshit walks. You know what I'm saying? And but Angel
Oh,
Reese,
I don't think. No way.
say it again.
No way. You can't expect her to like just fall into the WNBA and be the best player.
Yeah.
I think she might build up to that, but can't just fall in.
Here's something I want to say more on not necessarily a sports side, but Angel Reese, that Barbie is nice. That's a nice tall glass of young chocolate milk. But anyway, one thing one thing I saw that we discussed on the last episode was Caitlin Clark. When she was dolled up and she was going out, I seen a picture of her, like I guess with her boyfriend, or I don't know, I don't know their relationship, but she was with a male, and they looked like they was going out on the town, and they was both dolled up, and they was both suited and booted, as one would say. But Caitlin looked okay. I said, "Oh, okay, okay." She looked okay. She looked okay. She don't have like that this wow factor to her, but she got the okay, okay. You can bag some. You can be catcalled. Come here, girl. It's like no. you know. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. But Angel Reese, oh my jeez. Next topic, sir. um,
Um, I was just looking at the stats, and whoever this Aja Wilson girl is, she's like top 5 in like every stat.
Caitlin, I mean Reese.
Not this Aja Wilson girl. I don't know.
Oh.
For Reese's stats and all that, and she's
Yeah,
in the top 5 like every single one. Like, jeez,
yeah.
he's 27, 27 points, 11 rebounds, almost 3 assists, and almost 2 steals. She's top 5 in like everything. Oh,
Yeah,
she's a round pick in 2018.
she's undoubtedly the league MVP. She's undoubtedly the league MVP, and she nice too. She ain't no Barbie like Angel Reese, but she nice too.
Ah,
But Angel Reese, man, I gotta get off Angel Reese.
yeah,
I got this and everything, but gee, Shawty, right? I like eye candy, and she right. Good for the sport and everything else. Um, where you want
oh,
to go, sir? Where you want to go?
I
You
did
want
the torch this series.
to say it again?
I was looking at back at the Olympics, right? I did not know like the torch ceremony. I did not know it was like this serious. It's crazy.
Yeah.
80, it's like 70 different stages.
How many? What?
April. There's like 70 different stages. You know, like where they go around the torch thing,
Yeah.
first places. It's like they start in April. It's like 70 different stages.
Elaborate a little bit more. What do you mean?
Like, so they like to like, you know how they go around with the torch to like the different places, like the different sites. They
Different,
like, hmm?
like the different countries or
Or
the
just like
different games?
I have no clue. Like it just says stage map. I think it's around Paris. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like 70 different stages they go around doing. They do like one a day since they started in April. It's like just 70 different ones.
Where did they start?
It's like they started in April at Olympia. Well, I think that's saying Olympia. Yeah, Olympia, I think. and they had a relay to Greece, and then it's just like they go over the sea, they go everywhere. Yeah, this is ridiculous. It's just one a day.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, that most definitely will be a summer project, a summer research project. We want to really deep dive into the Olympic Games. Like really, we're gonna do the Olympics. So we're gonna showcase the Olympics. Old school.
They're on stage 54 in Yoni. I think that's how it's pronounced. Yanni.
Old school 3 to 5 pages, all on the Olympics. 3 to 5 pages, closer to 5 if we double space, but we're really going to do a deep dive. Where it started, why it started, how long. The initial Olympic Games, how many participants. How many different games, how many different states have. I mean, not states. How many different countries have been represented? Um, how many how many wins each country, or not each country, but the top countries have, and the lower bottoms. Who doesn't have a gold Olympic medal? What country doesn't have a gold Olympic medal? Like we'll really do some research to give to the people. You know what I'm saying? Give to ourselves and give to the people about the Olympic Games. And anybody that's listening and takes this idea, just make sure you do good by it. That's all I say. Because like we established last episode, they be biting. They be biting, son. So if you're gonna bite, just make sure you do a good job of presenting the material. You understand me?
Have 5 different bears, and they all just go around all of Paris. And they start in April. So what is that? Like 3 months trip? Almost 4.
Yeah.
It's all around Paris, or all over Paris.
Yeah. That's crazy. You want to talk about any upcoming football or any upcoming basketball?
Have you seen the stuff with Brandon Ayuk?
Who?
Brandon Ayuk.
What about him?
So basically, he's trying to get a contract, and him and the 49ers somewhat arguing in what's it called. He said there's 3 teams he sees himself in a jersey of next year. He said 49ers, Washington Commanders, or the Steelers. And then because the Washington Commander, because he was the same school as Jaden Daniels. Well, at least like for his senior year. And they're like good friends and all that. So he's talking about going to the Commanders. And people are talking about like think it's just like him using leverage to get a contract. He also like did some it's weird. He like posted a picture of like one of our practices. I was like, what in the world? People are talking about, does this count as tampering? I'm like, I hope not. Because, geez, that would suck. If we get caught for tampering, Papa, that would suck.
If we what?
Get caught for tampering because of that? Oh, that would suck.
Off of who?
Off of that, tampering.
Say it one more time.
If we get caught for tampering because of that, that would suck.
But I do think we need. I will not. I don't think we need, but we most definitely can use another. Even though we kind of loaded for real, but I think we can use another wide receiver. We could use another big name wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? And that would just really just open up the whole field. You know what I mean? Open up the whole field, not just the passing game, but the running game. it would just open up the whole field. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be so much that you could do because all those names that's out there, you would have to kind of pay attention to.
Yeah,
So
it sucks because like adding another one, that means there's 4 wide receivers that were trying to get on the field, which would kind of suck. But I don't think we should stop. That should stop us from getting a talent like Brandon Ayuk, Terry McLaurin, and Brandon Ayuk. That would be amazing.
yeah, that would be. And then we still got Jahan,
Yeah, that's what I'm
who
saying.
whose hands are exceptional, route running is exceptional. Ball awareness is exceptional. We still got, then we got some young gunners that's coming in there.
It's McCaffrey, and I'm pretty sure that was the 3rd round. So obviously you're trying to get him on the field. So I'm just like a lot, but Brandon Ayuk he's like that. So I don't know.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. Um, I am interested to see Odell Beckham in Miami.
I'm not.
Huh?
I'm not.
Why?
What's to be excited about?
Yeah, he should get some just like I was saying, all that firepower that they got over there, he's gonna get open. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get open, he's gonna get his touches. So I like to see Odell. I like to see Odell. I think he's great for the sport. I think he's great for. I like to see Odell. I think he's one of those figures that like better whatever environment he goes to or whatever environment he's in. He seems to bring a positive energy and light and everything with him. So I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that.
So, like all jokes aside, I think that would be a nice trio. Um, yeah, he'll be. I think he'll get a lot of targets being the 3rd. What? Like he's a 3rd, but like he's on the team with people that are always open no matter what. So I don't know. Usually 3rds get a lot of action because the other 2 will be guarded, but like
Yeah.
people can't really guard Tyreek. Jalen Waddle can be somewhat guarded, but like he's also fast and like that too. So it's just like I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's just like I say, it's just a plethora of options. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they can spread that field. Like I'm saying that we're missing that one guy to make us be able to, in my opinion, spread that field. I think that they can do that, and I think Odell will flourish and opportunity and system of such. So I think he's gonna do great, and I don't think Baltimore has lost anything either. I think Baltimore will do good things as well. I'm always rooting for Baltimore. I'm always rooting for Lamar Jackson. We're not gonna get into that right now, but he crumbled. He crumbled last year in that conference game rather, but he crumbled. Uh, uh, yeah, that's gonna be very good. The Eagles looking amazing on paper. When you get Saquon, that's just like it seems like a cheat code. It seems like a cheat code. It seems like they got like an all bad
I
team over.
like that at all. That's just not fair. I don't think that's fair at all, bro.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
yeah,
I have no weaknesses no more. The weak position was last season was the running back, I guess you can say, but that wasn't even bad because of the O line. And
mm-hmm.
then their secondary. And what do? They in the offseason, they overfilled their secondary. It's just like they have so many people in that secondary. You're just like, who are they even going to start? Like, how you can't make room for everybody no more. And that was their weak part last year. It just crazy. They
Yeah,
literally have no weakness. As long as Jalen Hurts can do what he needs to do, they should win the Super Bowl, to be honest with you.
And there's always weaknesses, son.
They
There's
should.
always weaknesses. Even if the weakness is in the strength, there's always a weakness.
Yeah, but like on paper, every position has decent to great players. Or players that are supposed to be great.
I liked about it.
How that will actually show up, we won't know until week 1 or about week 5. But there's no when you look at the depth chart, there's no position that looks okay. That's obviously a weakness, or is none.
We most definitely well, we're gonna be once again amongst the best division in the league, that being the NFC East. Yeah, I think everybody, well, we gotta wait for the Giants. The Giants don't look like they have a huge upside right now, but you never know. But those three and Commanders, Eagles, and Cowgirls should most definitely be fun to watch. Should be very interesting. Should be very competitive. And the Cowgirls are kind of like this is their this is that team is going to get reconstructed. It's gonna if whatever happens, you know what I'm saying. Whatever happens, the only way that they don't completely get a whole new makeover if they win the championship. And I don't even know why I even uttered that in the same breath with them. So let's go on to something different. You got something else? Commanders win the championship. We can't end on a sour note, so we end those. Commanders will win the championship. All right. But I am looking forward to this season. I wasn't so much looking forward to last season. To tell you the truth, I was, but I wasn't.
I wasn't. Well, no, not really.
Yeah, but this season I'm looking forward to. I think
Well,
we already had some pieces in motion.
if I think about last season, I was somewhat excited because we had a new quarterback. We got a corner. Kind of fell apart. I like what I saw from Sam. Sam. Definitely some bright moments, definitely some down moments, but it was fun at first. Then at the end, it hurt. But I feel like it didn't feel like it started that bad. Just plummeted.
Yeah, it's just like I said, some people crumble under pressure. Some people crumble under pressure. And even for me, even with Sam, and I know a lot of people say his stats wasn't that bad and his play wasn't that bad, and how you expect him to do this and that and the other if he can't stand on his 2 feet and he always on his ass, things of that nature. I just felt like I still, to me, being having a keen eye that I have when it comes to uh, dogs, as they call today. Jerry West said, "If these are dogs, I was a wolf." But when it comes to that mentality that I think I inhibits, I don't. Not that I think I inhibit, that I know I inhibit, and I think that I know that I read well. I don't think I read well. I read it well. I just didn't see Sam having that dog in him. He I'm not going to take away what he brought to the fight, you know, but he didn't have that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He was just kind of out there, like, okay, I'll fight you, but I don't. Okay, okay. He looked like he wasn't the complete chump, but he wasn't a fighter to me either.
Looked that great with throwing that much. They had him throw way too much. They did. I think he threw. Yeah, he had a lot of yards. We also had like the most attempts at throwing in the NFL as
Yeah,
for being rookie. Like the amount of times they had him throwing is ridiculous. that's poor coaching though. So, well,
All right, close it out, son.
this has been the Pop and Son Sports Podcast.
I'm Papa.
Son,
And we are out of here. You guys, thank you. Have a great one.